How cool that I'm just rich and can scatter experience wherever I want.
All right, let's get started. Also, you and I slept well today. Such a wonderful sunny day that I think we definitely need to take a walk to the village and see what the residents are doing there. But first, of course, we need to take some food to refresh ourselves so that we have strength for our adventures today. And it seems that you and I have already taken everything. And I think that now we can calmly go outside and see what is happening there. I think that today will be a lot of fun, and we will find something for us to do. After all, you and I are cool friends.
I completely agree with you. Let's walk a little and see what's happening in our village now. Well, look there in the distance in the center of our village. There is a lot of experience. It seems someone scattered it around our village. Let's run as quickly as possible and collect all this experience so that you and I become very rich. There is so much of it here, I can't even put into words how much of it there is. This is really cool because now you and I can do a lot of interesting things. I think that this is really, really cool. So let's do this. Look, here is a golden chest in which I am sure there will also be a lot of experience bubbles. And this is really, really cool. How cool that you and I noticed this. While the other residents did not see this, and now you and I will have a lot of experience and we will be the richest in this village. And I think that this is just incredible.
So now you and I have an incredible amount of experience bubbles. Let's go back home now. Take a lot of money, take Lazarite, and then we'll go to the seller. Buy from him everything we need so that you can build an enchantment hall. And in it, we'll enchant all our cool armor. And then we'll figure out what we'll do. I think that's just a great idea. It seems to me that you and I have almost reached the store. Now we'll come to the store and buy everything we need to build a really cool library in which we can enchant everything we need. Hello, seller. Please sell us as many cool materials as possible. Thanks to which we can build a cool library to enchant all the items we need. Great. Now we have a lot of items and we already need to go about our business. To build this cool minimum library in which we'll enchant everything we want. And I think that's just wonderful because you and I are an incredibly cool team and the best friends. What's interesting, let's find a suitable place as soon as possible where we can do this. And we'll build this cool library as quickly as possible. I'm sure that you and I will succeed. And now we have such cool bookshelves and also enchanting tables that we can take everything that we plan. And I think that it's just incredible how cool that you and I are such cool professionals and that everything is working out so cool for us. I'm really very happy about this. And I'm sure that you and I can do everything we want. After all, you and I are really very cool. And I think that it's just incredibly wonderful how cool that you and I are such cool friends. It seems that we have already finished building this table. And it turned out very cool. And I'm glad that we can do this. But now we need to go to the store and buy weapons and also armor that you and I will enchant. And I think that we need to buy a diamond one so that it is the coolest, because I saw an ad that you can participate in cool competitions on Arena, and I think that with such cool armor that you and I will disappoint, we will definitely be able to win. Therefore, we need to buy it as soon as possible. It's just great that you and I have already bought all the armor and weapons we need. Now let's go back to our cool mini library as quickly as possible, which contains an enchantment table and enchant absolutely all of our armor and weapons. I'm sure that you and I can make a really cool enchantment, and then we can fight really cool with these monsters that will be in the arena, and victory will definitely be ours. And you and I will earn a lot of money, and then we will be the richest in this village. And I think that this is really, really cool and incredibly cool. How cool that we can do all this and do such fun things. Because you and I are an incredibly cool team that always copes with everyone. And we can cope with this too. And I think that this is just wonderful. Because you and I will be simply invincible. Seems that you and I have already disappointed our armor, and this is really cool. Well, now I think we should go to the bus stop to wait for the bus and get to the arena in which the whole battle will take place. And now you and I are completely ready. We have cool weapons, cool armor, and everything we need for victory. Excellent. The bus should arrive soon, and you and I will go to this cool arena where we will fight and we will succeed.
2 hours later.
Wonderful. You and I have already arrived at this giant arena, and it is simply incredible. And even more than I could have imagined, there will be all sorts of terrible and scary monsters here, and we must defeat them all. If you and I succeed, then we will earn a lot of diamonds and become simply incredibly fabulously rich. and I am sure that you and I will succeed. After all, now we have such the coolest armor and also the coolest weapon. Oh no, look, this giant mega zombie is about to enter the arena, and we need to fight him now. He is really very dangerous, and it will be a tough battle, but I think that you and I can handle it because we have really cool armor and cool weapons, and we also have a lot of experience, and we have enchanted everything with you. You are a stupid zombie, we can defeat you, and we will receive a reward in this arena, because my friend and I are really cool. I am professionals, and simply the best friends who always cope with all difficulties. It was really cool and you and I were able to deal with it, but this is clearly not the end. So now you and I must be very careful and wait for the next monsters. Oh no! Now this mega creeper has entered the arena, and it also creates small creepers that will attack us now. It will be really very difficult and dangerous, but I am sure that we can handle them. Hey, you stupid and funny monsters. We can definitely defeat you, and you have no chance of winning because we are the strongest and the coolest. How cool we are at fighting them. This is really very good. Take that, you stupid monsters. You will never succeed. After all, we always do what we want, and we are really cool professionals. It seems that you and I are able to defeat them. How cool is it that we work so harmoniously together as one whole team? This is really good. After all, it seems that you and I have defeated this terrible creeper, and now we can get a reward. This is really very cool because now a lot of diamonds are falling on our heads. And now you and I are the richest in our village. And I think that this is just wonderful. And now I think we should go back to our village and do other fun things. I'm sure that you and I can think of something to do. You and I are very cool.
One day later.
Finally, you and I returned to our beautiful home, and it was a really cool battle. You and I were able to cope with all these dangerous monsters because we had really cool armor that protected us, and we also had cool weapons with which we were able to inflict a lot of damage. And thus, we won in this arena and earned a lot of diamonds. You and I were really very cool, but let's think about what else we can do and what cool adventures we can arrange for ourselves, because you and I have an incredible number of experience bubbles and also a lot of diamonds. You and I are now the coolest in this village and can do whatever we want. I think we need to come up with something. For example, let's improve our car and take part in races.
I completely agree with you. I think it's a cool idea. Now you and I will throw a lot of experience bubbles at our car and see how it improves and what happens to it. But it seems I'm already starting to notice that it's getting cooler and cooler. Wow, it's changed to such a cool color. Well, let's get in it as quickly as possible and take it for a ride to see if it's really gotten cooler. I hope it will be fast.
Wow, the car is now really fast, drives really well. Let's go as quickly as possible to participate in the races and win there and become the coolest in our village. How cool that you and I are already at the start. And now we are participating in cool races. How cool is it to ride this car? It is really much faster, and this resident has no chance of winning at all because we have a super cool and improving car. How cool are we overtaking him? It is just incredibly cool. Here is very cool controllability and very high speed. This is the same. I did not expect that our car would be able to drive so fast, but we did it because we are really cool professionals and do everything very cool. How good is it that you and I know how to cope with this? I think that this is really wonderful. This is just very cool. And it seems that victory will be ours because we are already right at the finish line and there is no chance of this positive winning. This car is really cool. You and I are now the coolest in our village. And this is cool. And now I think we should go back to our village to do something else fun. You and I really did a lot of different things today and won the races and won the arena. And honestly, I'm already really hungry. So let's go to our favorite cafe as soon as possible. We'll order food there now and have a very tasty meal. We'll order burgers, hot dogs, pizza, and everything we want, and it seems we've already arrived. I made an order in advance for our favorite chef. We'll pay him money now, and he'll give us everything, our favorite food. And I think it's just wonderful. And now you and I will eat very tasty food, and we'll have a lot of energy to continue our fun adventures and do something really interesting. And I think it's really cool how cool it is that we can do this I just had an incredibly cool idea. Let's go to the cellar now and buy all the necessary equipment, including a pickaxe, and also everything we need to then go into the dungeon and collect a lot of diamonds and distribute them to the residents so that they too are not poor. I think that this is just a great idea, and you and I are already in the store and have ordered everything we need. How thank you. We want to say to our cool seller who always has everything we need, now we have all this equipment and we can safely go to our enchanted table so that we can collect much more diamonds, and I think that this is wonderful. You and I are standing near our enchanted table, and now you and I will enchant all the materials that we need, and I am sure that you and I will be able to do it with ease. After all, you and I are really cool professionals, and everything always works out for us. How good it is that you and I have such a cool and well-coordinated work. After all, we always do everything that is needed. I think that it is cool. Now you and I have all the necessary materials and also cool equipment. You and I are already in the mine, and we need to be very careful because we are going to walk along the gorge and there are no fences here, so we can fall down at any moment. And there is a very great height here, and there is lava below. So we need to be really careful. But we also need to look for diamonds to collect as many of them as possible. I think that it will be just wonderful, and we will definitely succeed. How cool that you and I are so cool. We have cool helmets, we have all the cool equipment, and we will definitely be able to mine a lot of diamonds. You and I have already found and collected so many of them that I am sure that you and I will have enough money to buy a new coolest house in this village. And then we will really have a really cool life and have fun. It is so wonderful that you and I became very rich in one moment. Today, there were a lot of fun adventures, and now you and I are in the mine mining diamonds. And I am sure that today, you and I will buy a cool house and where you and I will live and have fun. And it's all great because you and I are best friends and just an incredible team. Now we can get up again and return to our village. You and I have almost reached this house that we want to buy, and there is a realtor standing in the distance. Hello? Realtor. Now we will pay you a lot of diamonds and we will buy this house. After all, we will now live in it. Thank you very much for leaving it. For us, this is really cool. It's just incredible because now we have a brand new, very expensive and cool house in which we will live and everything in time. And I think it's just wonderful. I could never have thought that you and I could live in such an expensive and cool house here. Absolutely. Everything is automatic. It's cool. There is cool lighting here. There is even a portal to hell in the house on the first floor that can be turned on and off. And you can also turn on and off a pull-out workbench here. And I think it's really, really cool. There are also our beds here where we can sleep, and there is a very large bedroom here. Absolutely everything is made of mechanisms. It's just incredible. Everything that we could wish for ourselves is here. And also, I heard that there is a very cool kitchen here in which you can do whatever you want. And robots can do this for you. I think it's just incredible. This house is really, really cool. And you and I still need to walk a lot to look around it all to understand what is here. You can also go up here, and there is another small floor that has a very cool balcony with an incredibly beautiful view of our forests and also our village. And I think it's really cool that there is such a beautiful and cool place here. What now? Let's go down to the basement and see what is there. Because I'm sure there are also a lot of interesting and fun things. It's incredible because there are a lot of farms here that can grow everything we want all year round. And it's just incredible. I can't even imagine here sugarcane and bread and different delicious food. It's just incredible that absolutely all of this is here. Because now we can cook food without even leaving home. It's really cool. This is the coolest house I've seen in recent times.
This house is really very cool, and I couldn't even think that you and I could live in it. And now it is completely ours because you and I bought it today. Maybe this is a wonderful day, and now I suggest that you and I take a break from this hot day and swim in our wonderful pool in which we will now spend time. It is so big and cool, and there is such cool water today. It was a really fun adventure, and you and I were able to do everything and became the richest in our village. It is just wonderful and very cool. that now we can enjoy it with you all our lives. You and I are cool.